I'm setting off directly north from the very small gravel turnout right before White Horse Creek on the north side of the road in search of getting to the Llao's hallway. Sydney didn't want to come, so this is an adventure I will do on my own. I told him if I wasn't back in a little over 4 hours to turn on the flashers and hail a park ranger or something like that. Looks like it should be relatively simple to get to. And I've reached the creek now. Now I'll just go down the steep hill there and follow along it. Curiously, the remains of an old footbridge are at the bottom of where I just came down. This slope right here. Not sure if that was just to get to the creek. I don't know how you get up the other side other than just crawling up that canyon there, crawling up this hillside. It's quite steep. But one time there was a footbridge here for something. I've come a couple hundred yards down. This is looking downstream. Further downstream, and you can see the wall is getting narrower and narrower as you go down. Somebody was kind enough to leave their own rope behind. This one, unfortunately, it's way too short now. So I brought my own rope there, the yellow one that you can see, to get down this little waterfall. Well, looks like my trip may come to an end sooner than I'd like. Barely can't see it, but that's the waterfall with my rope hanging down from it. Then I got all this snow, the creek underneath it, and there's no way I can go under it. And it's probably slick and very well melted. So I can't afford to fall through it. I'll give it a little test, but I'm not out here to stay out here. You can see the crack way above me. It's probably a good 40 feet. Very cool down here. Something that most people would never experience in Critter Lake National Park. But here it is. Llao's hallway, formed by White Horse Creek, going through these, those pumice fields, just eroding it away. Phantom ship in the boat, leaving it out there. And there's the Wizard Island through the trees. You can just see the cone of Wizard Island right there. Out there.
Superior, which is the world's largest lake, is only 1,300 feet deeper. Which is about 900.
We get to see. So as we are coming along this northern shoreline, we see different layers of rocks, different colors, different textures. Each of these layers is but another chapter in the long history of the mountain that once stood here. That mountain we now call Mount Mazama. And we don't really know what it looked like, but we can piece this together. Sort of figuratively, sort of literally. This is a volcano much like so many Cascade volcanoes, and you've probably seen many volcanoes on your way here. Most of them, however, you can just see the outside. Mount Shasta, Mount Hood, Mount Lassen, Mount Rainier, Three Sisters, beautiful snow-capped peaks. But here we have an opportunity to see the inside of a Cascade volcano. But in order to understand its full history, we'll go back in time 450,000 years ago when this mountain began to build.
Well, we're here on Wizard Island. It's a very cool boat tour. Getting ready to, there goes our boat. Getting ready to hike to the summit of the cinder cone. It's gorgeous weather, couldn't ask for better. Should be a great adventure. Definitely worth the $42 per person. Trail is so much easier than the Lassen volcanic cinder cone trail. I suspect that will be more cindery at the top, but this is like walking through a normal forest here. Totally awesome. Since I didn't get to do cinder cone, going down into the cone, I decided to do Wizard Island's cone. It's apparently only 90 feet deep, whereas cinder cone's about 200, I guess. A lot easier to get down. Trail to Femoral Bay is not hard, but if you have poor ankles, I wouldn't do it. It follows right up along through there and goes around. It's all this chunky lava stuff, some big, some little. So if you got bad ankles, probably wouldn't like this trail as much as going to the summit, even though that involves a climb, but it's really not that difficult. You can make it in probably 30-40 minutes without too much difficulty, unless you're in really bad shape. But I didn't have enough time to go exploring. I should have just gone off trail, since this trail here went way south and I wanted to go to the northwest corner. We'd spotted a bald eagle when we were on the boat coming around the island. But it's been a very rewarding experience. You definitely should do the boat tour if you can fit it in your plans and afford it.
chainsaw out of what seems to be solid rock. On the end, I've done some studies with tree rings and growing in rocks like this. And I found that this tree here, at the very end,
Cannonball! Go, 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 go. 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 He did it! Yay! He did it! He's also out of his mind. Okay, run. Jump! 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 It's freaking cool! Sydney and I had decided that we needed to jump off the old cliff here. It can't be more than probably 16 feet. But when you're standing up here, looking down, and you're not good with heights, it seems like forever. Especially knowing you're going into 53-degree water. But then you swim over to that area there. But that culminated our Wizard Island tour. An awesome day at Crater Lake National Park. officially the Garfield Peak Trail is closed because of the snowfall, but the ranger said, I'm turning around, so if you want to go, it's up to you. So that was the end of our guided tour. We're going to see if we can find where the trail goes up here. And here we are, coming up to the summit of Garfield Peak. There was one snowfield, since I didn't know where the trail went, I pretty much just went straight up it vertically. And the trail actually cut across, so I had a little shortcut. So down there is where our tour ended. Had to cross that snowfield, and the snowfield you can't see that it's behind that ridge. And the trail actually comes up from a switchback right there and goes around the side. Now, since we couldn't climb Mount Scott or go to the Pinnacles because the road's closed, I just had to do this. Like a little bit of a challenge. Well, I made it to the Pinnacles after all. Even though the rim drive was closed from east to south, basically, Sun Notch to Scale Head, which would have resulted in probably at least a 10-mile walk to get here. Since we were exiting toward the southeast, we decided to try coming in National Forest roads, which worked out great. They're actually surprisingly good condition. However, the National Forest road that actually connected to the Pinnacles had some trees down after a mile, so I still had to walk 3 miles to get to the actual trailhead. This actually used to be the official national park entrance, I guess, until the 1950s. I passed the stone monument that held the sign at that point, a few hundred yards back. We're getting up to where we can start seeing them now.